the lower. Therefore, if you can know the laws of the mind, naturally you will be knowing also the laws of the vital plane as well as the physical plane. So that is what he means, that once you can go to the higher plane beyond mind, supramental level, you need not even know and understand the laws of the mind. So it seems to us that, okay, why should I then worry about these laws of justice, love and truth? I can just go to the supramental plane and see that includes all. Yes, it is right. But can you go to the supramental plane, or do you hallucinate that you are going into the supramental plane? That is more important. We can't control our own physical body. We can't control our own desires. We can't control our own thoughts. And you say, if the supramental truth descends on you, what will happen? Suppose there is a lot of obstructions and the power comes. What happens? You break. But nature knows. So even you say that you are practicing supramental devotion, it says, okay, you sleep well. Next. Now, this is a mantra. Supramental and spiritual life cannot be turned into a mental ideal. So I leave it at that, because you just understand that whatever you may talk about supramental descent, actually it cannot be captured in words. But then why did Sri Aurobindo write about it? Because you have to read in between the lines. It is not the words that are ucharya. That is why in Sanskrit, the mantra is given a chandas. Do you know what chandas means really? That which gives a achadana. Achadana means a covering. So the words are a covering for truth. But that doesn't disturb us. Don't worry about it, because you can understand, because always words are a achadana for truth. They are a chandas for truth. That is why in Vedic literature, you are told what type of chandas it is, what type of covering it is, for what type of force, that is Devata, and given by whom, discovered by whom, that is Rishi. So we always have for the forces a Rishi, Devata and Chandas. Rishi means one who has discovered the law. Devata is the force, and Chandas is the, you can say, the container in which that force is carried. Next, in the wherever I have given these colors, they are very important, very, very important in the slides. In the actual state of humanity, it is the individual who must climb to this height as a pioneer and a precursor. And now when we are talking about these higher levels of mind power, mind itself is very powerful, and supermind naturally more powerful than that. And we wanted to bring it down. Now then what you have to do? You must become a pioneer and a precursor. So that is what is our duty. Understand the three yogas very clearly, the yoga of actions, the yoga of knowledge and the yoga of bhakti. And try and be very, very, very clear that if you know the yoga, you should control that plane. And if you are not able to control that plane, that means you have not studied the yoga. You read it and then practice it. Don't go directly and practice it. You read, study, understand the laws and then apply them. All sadhana is application of the formulas. Right. Now, this is our goal. In the words of Sri Aurobindo, page 207. But if a collectivity or group could be formed of those who had reached the supramental perfection, there indeed some divine creation could take shape. The operating word is could. Could means it may, depending upon our exertions. a new earth could descend, that would be a new heaven. A world of supramental light could be created amidst the receding darkness of this terrestrial ignorance. The time is very, very, very ripe. People are becoming criminals. Everyone, in his own way, is a criminal in my eyes. Now these criminals go into the Bhakti Yoga and become ascetics. Ascetics, renunciation. And that is wrong. That period where either you become a criminal or an ascetic is gone. Now there must be a integration. And that integration is possible only when some people have the audacity, the dareness, the courage, the faith, and they should work in a group. That is what a collectivity. Then the heaven, a new world will descend. And it will come because the truth has descended. The only thing is, we have not built the required body. If we can say the truth Purusha, just as the Manomay Purusha, if you can build the truth Purusha, Satya Purusha, then that Satya Purusha can act for the supramental world. Am I clear? And that in Vedas and Upanishads is called as the Vijnanamaya Kosha. And now the Vijnana, the science is dominating, no doubt about it. But the science has dominating only the physicality. On the planet Earth, the physical planet, the atom has been shattered. But if you shatter the vitality atom, if you shatter the Manomaya atom, can you know what happens? And the atom bomb is a proof that it is possible. Next. Now, we have known how to conduct ourselves. How should we conduct? By knowing the laws of the physical plane. The scientists have already done it. We should know the laws of the vital plane and the laws of the mental plane and work along with it. And when we work like this, we are practicing Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. But in all these three yogas, the Sankalpa is the most important, the will. Until and unless you want really to do it, you will not do it. So how to develop that will, that Sankalpa? And one of the Siddhis is known as Sankalpa Siddhi. Sankalpa Siddhi means whatever he desires happens. So this is what we are trying to understand, to develop the supreme will for doing divine actions. We are reading Karma Yoga, don't rules. In that, abandoning all dharmas, all principles and laws and rules of conduct, take refuge in me alone. This is the formula, single formula, the formula of surrender. No dharmas, no preconceived notions, nothing. You just be an instrument to the higher power. Your thoughts must be controlled by that higher power. Your desires must be controlled by your higher power. Your actions must be controlled by the higher power. What we call the divine. And honest, its application is very, very easy. At present, suppose a thought comes to me that I have to go to Sri Aurobindo Society and talk about synthesis of yoga. Now, is it a divine thought or an egoistic thought? Certainly it is egoistic. Certainly, because I say, I will finish it, I will do this, I am preparing the slides, I am saying. You are understanding it? Very, very subtle difference. Very, very subtle difference between a real surrender and a non-surrender.